Hi everyone, you're watching the Haider Rifaat show and I'm your host Haider Rifaat. In today's exclusive episode, I've invited Karishma Ali. She is the first female footballer from Chitral and she's the recipient of Forbes 30 Under 30 Entertainment and Sports category for Asia last year. Her team was the first to take part in the AFL International Cup as well. So thank you so much, Karishma, for joining me. It's a pleasure having you on the show and congrats on the huge achievement that you've really, done for yourself and your family and for Chitralis and for Pakistan overall. So first and foremost, Karishma, I want to ask you, give our viewers your background and what pulled you towards sports, specifically football.
Well, I grew up in Chitral, and so I didn't get a lot of opportunity to play football there. But because my father was, into football and into, sports generally, I think it just grew from there. So, it started off from me watching the 2006 World Cup and just, falling in love with the game.
Great, great. Now, you're the recipient of Forbes 30 Under 30, as I mentioned in my introduction. So how did this achievement come about and how do you feel as a woman to have basically gotten this achievement under your belt?
I mention this very often that this is not something that I'm just happy for myself, but the fact that it encourages a lot of parents to really believe in their daughters, that when they support their daughters, they can achieve anything that they believe in, and they can excel in any field, and it's just not for the men and for the boys. So yes, it did change. I'm very happy, and it's an absolute honor to be in Forbes Asia. But also the fact that it changed a lot of the mindset of the people back home, and I saw a lot of positive response.
Great. Now, you mentioned about your father being supportive, and you also tweeted earlier that look how far we've come in a tweet. So has your father played an instrumental
Yeah.
role from the very beginning of your childhood, or was it when you realized your passion for football that he really gave you this push?
No, definitely. My dad, he's such an amazing person that I wish more people, got to know about him. But he's done a lot, not just for me, but for the area. He started off with building an English medium school in the area, and educating a lot of underprivileged kids, girls and boys both. He's always been supportive and encouraging throughout my life, even as a kid. He never said no to me for anything. He's always encouraged me and told me that I can achieve anything, and he saw my abilities even when I did not, and he believed in me when I did not believe, not believing in myself. So my father, he's the reason I am who I am today.
Great. Now, Karishma, what about those girls? Because you speak about an encouraging family, an encouraging father. But what about those families, those women, especially who are very much ambitious, but their parents are not very supportive of their career choices? So, what would you like to say to them?
I cannot even imagine, at times, because all the hard, times that I've been through, my father has been there for me. So I'm sure it's really hard for, whoever you are, and if you're watching this, I'm sure it's hard, but keep fighting. And if you believe in yourself, and if you can excel, and if you believe you can excel, you're going to have your parents on board. Just talk to them, speak to them, and if you think you're doing something right, and if you feel like you can do it in future, and you can take it up as what do you say, well, whatever, if you believe you can do it, just talk to your parents and just work hard, because sometimes when you work hard and you achieve something, people start believing in you and people start supporting you, and it takes time. It was the same with me, but not with my parents, with the whole society. I had to excel in the field and do something to show the society that it's okay for girls to play football and sports.
Hmm. Now, Karishma, as we were talking earlier, you also mentioned that people were not, a segment of the population in Chitral was not really supportive or appreciative of the fact that there was a woman in the field playing football, and that was you. So, along with many others as well. So, why do you think that mindset exists, not just in Chitral, but also all over Pakistan?
Well, I believe there are different reasons, and and it's different when people from for people from different backgrounds. But I think in our culture, men like the idea of women being bound between the walls of their house and not going out and doing nothing and having, to what do you say, dictate their lives.
Hmm.
And now the things are changing. Some of them, or maybe most of them, actually feel threatened by girls who are vocal about their rights, who know their rights, and who want their rights. So I think they see it as a threat to them.
Hmm. Hmm. Now, you're also, you mentioned that you're working on a project for your NGO. Tell the viewers a bit more about this NGO and what it does.
So the NGO, it's called the Chitral Women's Sports Club. I started in 2018 with the aim to really physically and mentally empower the young girls of Chitral. And also because of the fact that, I did not like it when I was told that I'm the first female footballer, or, when I was the only female footballer from Chitral. Because I know these girls, I know the girls of the North or in Chitral, and I know their abilities. And someone had to just give them opportunity and they would shine. And I know they will shine. It'll take time, but they will shine. So I did not want to wait for anyone else to come in and change things. I wanted to be the person to make bring change. And that's why I started Chitral Women's Sports Club. We started off with a football camp and tournament, and then last year we introduced volleyball. Each year we introduce a new game for the young girls in Chitral, and now we are planning an exchange program where the football girls get to travel to Islamabad and get professional training under professional coaches.
Karishma, that's excellent. But I had a question pertaining to this. Um, Now, with this particular NGO, don't you think that there will be some backlash on your end, especially from the area that you belong? That people, especially the men that you're talking about, do not really want women to progress in the field of sports. So, what would you like to say?
Oh, that has happened. They tried to do that in 2018 when I started the women's camp. There was a whole social media campaign against me, some political meetings even against me, and this went on for months and months and months.
Mhm.
And it's a lot of torture, and it's a hard time that I've been through. But you know what, I know I'm looking at the future. I'm not looking at now and what I'm going through now. So they tried to stop me, but look how far we've come. I started off being the first female footballer, or the only female footballer, to now having 100 girls playing football. So now they cannot stop me or the girls.
Great. And Karishma, what does the future hold for you, and where do you see yourself in the next 5 years or 10 years?
I'm not. I just want to be able to sit back and watch these girls shine, and some of the dreams of me that I could not make. I want it possible for them, and I want more Karishmas within Chitral, working for the women and for the girls in Chitral, and I want a really nice inclusive society within Chitral, within Pakistan, where girls feel safe and are allowed to do anything that they want to do in life. And that's all.
And very lastly, a message to all the Pakistanis watching right now.
To all the Pakistanis is just that I'd focus on women and girls because it's very close to my heart, and also because of the struggles that I had to face just because I was a girl. Is that just encourage your sisters, your mothers, or just girls in general. Just encourage them to go ahead and support them in whatever they're doing, because the 10-year-old me or the 9-year-old me, when my father was supporting, he did not know that I'd make it into Forbes, but he saw that I had a bright future. And look, I came from a small village and I made it to Forbes. So anyone, if you're from the villages of Pakistan or anywhere, and you believe that you cannot do it, just think again, because don't underestimate yourself and just work hard. You'll make it far.
Great. Thank you so much, Karishma. It was a pleasure having you on the show and having this discussion with you. And congrats again on the huge achievement. That is all
Thank
for
you.
now. Stay tuned for more on my official YouTube channel and Facebook page. Until then, take care. Bye bye.